It's been a lifelong passion of mine to help prevent preterm delivery in all patients, but quads, quints are very special because they're at such high risk for preterm delivery that they need extra special care. They need beyond what a singleton might need. So they've been a passion, and I've had the opportunity to take care of 108 sets of quads and 22 sets of quintuplets.
I guess when we first found out we were pregnant with quintuplets, I was excited and almost hopeful. We had suffered 2 miscarriages before this pregnancy, and so I kind of thought to myself, well, if we have, 5 babies, maybe 1 will survive, which is the best version of hope I could muster at that point.
As we were trying to figure out how we could make the pregnancy work, I did what I normally do, and that's I started researching, is there somebody who really specializes in this, who has handled quintuplets successfully, who really knows what they're doing? And everything that I saw online just led to Dr. Elliott. I told Margaret, I think there's somebody who actually might be able to help us. And that's when I cold called his office and said, this is our situation. They told me he was out of town, but he'd call us back. He called us back Thursday night.
Mm-hmm. When I got the call from Virginia from a mom with quintuplets that had a number of questions that she wanted to have answered, I was anxious to call her back so that I could make contact with her and help in any way that I possibly could.
Granted, it's a Thursday night at probably 7 or 8 our time, and he spends an hour with us. It was organized, it was professional, but it was also empathetic, which was the exact combination that I needed as a mom kind of going through this.
Most of the doctors we had talked to took a glass half empty approach, asking that you just hope for the best if we decide to keep them. Dr. Elliott had a glass half full approach. He didn't sugarcoat the risks, but he made it clear that if there was a way to carry all 5 babies successfully, he knew how to make it happen.
So after our first conversation with Dr. Elliott, it was the first moment I wasn't afraid. It was the first moment I felt like maybe this man could help us find our way to having a family.
We had 1 shot at this, and we needed to go with the person who had the most experience and knew this the best. So we packed up just before Labor Day and met with Dr. Elliott that week.
The first appointment with Dr. Elliott was really important because we needed to feel like it was worth it. I needed to feel like it was worth it. And it was worth it. We met with him, we met with his staff. I felt like they were in total control, and I felt like this was someone that was going to walk with us every step of the process.
One of Dr. Elliott's recommendations was swim therapy to help Margaret maintain her mobility and stress levels and help for us that we didn't have back home.
I had all these physical symptoms that mentally start to wear on you, and the only time during the day where I didn't feel as much pain was when I was in the pool. So there were many times that was my only source of sanity, and Dr. Elliott was the one that said, go get in the pool, like do something for yourself, because otherwise you're going to lose the mental part of this game. I think Dr. Elliott's dealt with enough pregnant women to know that we become a little bit of a hypochondriac. And at the end of the pregnancy, when I started to kind of lose it emotionally, of like, I hurt all over, I can't do this, I want to give up, he gave me a very honest conversation of, this is mental. Like, your body is fine. I need you to get in the game mentally. And it was very helpful. I needed someone to kind of just bring me back to reality. I think if my husband had said that, I would have strangled him. But for Dr. Elliott to say that, it was the perfect combination of empathy and rationality. The entire cesarean section took 17 minutes. They started the surgery at 8:32 on a Sunday morning. Ava Louise popped out at 8:33 at 3 pounds 6 ounces. Clara Catherine followed her. She was 3 pounds 8 ounces. A minute later, 1 minute after that,
Camille Whitney, who was 3 pounds 10 ounces. The one boy came out next, Luke Thomas, and he was 3 pounds 14 ounces. And then 5 minutes after they pulled the first one, 8:37, Isabel Francis came out, and she was 3 pounds 6 ounces. So almost 18 pounds of baby.
It's a lot.
When you have 5 babies coming in less than 5 minutes, it is just one miracle after another. So from my standpoint, I just was so proud that she had done as well as she did, and I was just anxious to see how well the babies were going to do. But it's an uplifting feeling. It's like nothing else on earth to assist in the birth of 5 beautiful babies.
After he scrubbed out of the surgery, Dr. Elliott came over to me and just gave me a giant hug and said, "Congratulations." And then he just kind of held on for a second. And that's when it became real to me, like we had actually done this.
It was more emotional than I expected bringing the kids home. I mean, the first came home, Clara came home first, and then we pretty much got a new baby every day. So now we go home to Virginia this weekend, and we're excited to be in our own space and put our babies in a nursery that we planned for, but we're also pretty terrified. I think as any parent feels bringing a baby home, much less 5. But we do have 2 au pairs that are moving in with us in a couple of weeks to help us manage 5 kiddos, and I'm sure grandmas will be playing quite a large role as well.